The football world is buzzing right now because FIFA's crazy new changes for the 2026 World Cup have fans shocked, confused, and honestly a little nervous about what's coming next because this tournament is about to become the biggest World Cup ever, and not everyone thinks that's a good thing. So imagine this, the World Cup expanding to 48 teams, which means more matches, more drama, more underdog stories, but also more chaos. And fans are already arguing online about whether this will make the tournament more exciting or completely ruin the traditional feeling of football's biggest stage. And when you look deeper, the number of matches jumping to over 100 games is something we have never seen before, which means more opportunities for small nations to shock giants, but also more fatigue for players who are already dealing with packed club schedules, and fans are asking if their favorite stars will even survive the intense calendar leading into the tournament. And then there's the new group stage format, which is expected to change how teams qualify for the knockouts. Meaning even traditional powerhouses might not feel safe anymore because one unexpected draw or upset could completely flip the tournament and make the road to the trophy more unpredictable than ever before. And honestly, that unpredictability is exactly what makes football so addictive. But it also scares the big teams who are used to controlling the narrative. And while some supporters are excited about seeing new countries on the biggest stage, others are worried that the quality of matches could drop and create more one-sided games. Which raises the big question, is FIFA chasing global growth or risking the prestige of the World Cup just to make it bigger and richer? And speaking of money, fans are already talking about ticket prices, travel costs, and the massive commercial side of hosting matches across the United States, Canada, and Mexico, which will make this World Cup feel more like a global festival than anything we've seen before. And if you think about the atmosphere, massive stadiums packed with passionate supporters, new rivalries forming, and social media exploding with reactions after every shocking result, this could either be the most legendary World Cup ever or the most controversial one in history. And while experts debate the tactics and logistics, casual fans are simply asking one thing: will this new format actually make football more fun to watch? Or will it feel stretched out and exhausting? And right now, nobody truly knows, because until the first whistle blows, everything is just predictions, hype, and fear mixed together. But one thing is certain, the pressure on teams like England, USA, Brazil, France, Argentina, and other giants will be insane. Because losing early in such a huge tournament would be embarrassing on a completely new level. And imagine a small nation knocking out a football superpower on live television. The internet would literally explode with memes, debates, and endless arguments. And that's exactly why this new structure could create more viral moments than any World Cup before it. And if you're enjoying this breakdown so far, make sure you smash that like button right now, because it tells the algorithm you want more football content like this. And also drop a comment below telling me whether you think the new 48-team World Cup will be a masterpiece or a disaster, because I read your opinions and they help shape future videos. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you love deep football stories, shocking updates, and honest reactions, because we're just getting started with the biggest football era ever. And as we continue, the biggest concern many fans have is player burnout, because top stars already play over 50 matches a season, and adding a longer, more demanding World Cup could push athletes to their physical limits, which means injuries might become a bigger storyline than ever before. And that could completely change the balance of power between nations, because one missing superstar could turn a title favorite into an early exit. And then there's the debate around fairness with more teams qualifying. Some people believe it gives smaller countries a dream opportunity, while others argue that traditional qualifying battles will lose their intensity and prestige. And another wild factor is the travel distance between host cities across North America, which could impact team performance due to long flights, time zone changes, and different climates. And imagine one team playing in intense heat while another competes in cooler weather conditions. The strategic planning behind recovery and rotation will be more important than ever, and coaches will need to think differently about squad depth, because this tournament might become a test of endurance rather than just skill and tactics. And beyond the pitch, the cultural impact will be massive, because football will reach millions of new fans, especially in the United States, where the sport is growing rapidly. And this could change the global power balance of football in the long run, creating new fan bases, new rivalries, and possibly even new superstar players emerging from unexpected nations. And as hype builds, fans are already predicting shocking storylines like a dark horse reaching the semifinals, or a traditional giant collapsing under pressure, and you know how the World Cup always creates heroes and villains overnight. Now imagine that drama multiplied by 100 matches and endless storylines running simultaneously, which means every single day of the tournament will feel like a final, and every mistake could become a viral moment watched by billions around the world. And while critics warn about commercialism and overexpansion, supporters argue that football should belong to everyone, not just a small group of elite nations, and this debate is exactly what makes the upcoming World Cup one of the most talked about tournaments in history, even before a single ball is kicked. And as fans, we're all caught between excitement and fear, wondering whether these crazy changes will create unforgettable magic or unstoppable chaos. And honestly, that uncertainty is what makes this story so addictive, because nobody truly knows how it will play out until the games begin. And before you go, remember to like this video, subscribe for more insane football updates, and now check out the video appearing on your screen, because it dives even deeper into the teams most likely to dominate World Cup 2026, and trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next.